Hello. So, gaming is one of my many hobbies. See, I mean, obviously, I have like a job and other responsibilities because no wonders of adulthood. But, and so I don't have time for all my hobbies. But I think it's better to have too many hobbies than to have none at all, which is kind of what since my channel is like 95% gaming, basically, I thought let me talk about some of the other hobbies that I have beside gaming. One of them is, well, YouTube. Yeah, I've been doing YouTube for almost 7 years now. Um, and, I never really expected to make money off it or anything. I just do it as, like, a hobby and just kind of share my thoughts and ideas with people and stuff. And I like doing it. I remember when I first started, I was doing all this, like, just wacky little short videos and stuff. I actually, not too long ago, made a TikTok, which, I'll put the link to that in the description, but because I kind of sometimes miss doing those wacky little short things, so I was like, you know what, I'll make a TikTok to do those type of things on. I was like, where was that when I first started this? But whatever. Part of one of the ones I used to do on that was all the like music type of stuff, which obviously that was part of the reason I stopped doing those on here, is because it's copyrighted, trademark and all that jazz. I've always been big into music, like, I like pretty much everything. My most favorite would definitely have to be punk, and then metal would be my favorite band is The Offspring. I probably should order my Offspring shirt for this video, but whatever. So punk is my favorite, and then metal is a very close second, and literally like everything else is pretty much tied for third. I've been to Warped Tour quite a few times. In fact, the first one I went to, which was in 2009, and I met this band in this moment who were kind of like Evanescence, but more heavy. And then the last Warped Tour I went to, which was the last one in existence, basically, because they're ending it, or ended it, whatever, was in 2018, where I met another band called Necrogoblicon, who's basically like, they're kind of like Children of Bodom, but more like crazy, like, or weird and stuff. Like, they have a guy who wears a goblin costume that dances around and stuff. Yeah. Now, one thing I have actually talked about on my channel before, one of my other hobbies, is Legos, or like any kind of constructing type of thing. I always liked like building type of stuff, like even just like puzzles, which aren't exactly the same thing, but yeah, Legos. The thing with Legos, I don't buy sets as much as I used to. I mean, every now and then there'll be one little bit like, ooh, I gotta have that, but most of the time it's stuff I just kind of skip over. I think I've always had more fun with just like taking like random pieces and just making like random things. Not necessarily. I mean, I like following the instructions for like play sets and stuff, but sometimes I think I have more fun just making like random mishmash things, like my own kind of designs. Even if it doesn't look that great, it's just like whatever. Now, of course, I have a lot of the like. I still have a lot of like sets and stuff, like, or pieces of sets. Yeah, I've gotten rid of some over the years and stuff, which I wasn't gonna bring all those up here. But one thing I do have a lot of is minifigures. I got a whole box of them right here, as you can see, and that's not even all of them, but that is like probably most of them. Then I have this box for dust. This one's for like more like pop culture type of stuff. Like this, the bottom shelf is just like all kind of like a mishmash of pop culture. Like here's Leonardo from Ninja Turtles, Nelson from The Simpsons, other Simpsons, Lisa and Homer, Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, Krusty the Clown, General Grievous, Hades from Disney, Marty McFly from Lord of the Rings guy. What the heck was her name? But you know what I'm talking about, though. From, whatever. I forget her name. There's also some custom ones in here that I got from a Comic-Con last year. It was He-Man. It was like a He-Man custom ones, like. Skeletor. So anyway, whoops. This one is all, whoops, Marvel and DC like characters, like heroes and super villains and heroes. Most of these are custom made. We have Doctor Doom, Gambit, Green Lantern, General Zod, Superman. What the heck was his name? I can't believe I just forgot. Moon Knight, sorry. Shocker. Aquaman. The Flash. Lobo. Wait. Oh, wait. This is Zatanna. My mistake. Now, there is Lobo. Joker, of course. And these aren't all of them. I'm just kind of giving you like an abridged version, basically. Wolverine. Well, you get the idea. Like I said, some of these are from sets, others were like custom made. Now this one is all video game characters, which these pretty much are all like custom made, so to speak. Well, actually, all of them are custom made. But this one we got Link, who I believe was from Etsy, but I'm not 100% sure. Lara Croft. Oops. Heck. Wow. How the hell did that happen? Ugh! Mega Man. And X, or Mega Man X, whatever. I always just like to call him X. I never called him Mega Man X. I remember, what the hell do you call it? When I went to Comic-Con a while back, and I got, it was that same year when I got those other ones. I got ones that came with, it was like Street Fighter characters, Lego Street Fighter characters, so it was Vega, and Bison. Hell, I don't know, you guys. Well, anyway, that's a couple. Anyway, there were more, obviously, but Guile, and I think there was like a few more in there. But anyway, the other ones that I mostly got from like online, like was Sonic, which was he is actually from that like Lego Dimensions game, which I never played, but I was like, I'll get the character just for, yeah. Scorpion, which I need to try and paint his mask, so it's yellow. And there is a website which I believe is called Saber Scorpion or something like that, where he makes like custom Lego figures, or like he'll sell you like the parts or the stickers and stuff to make them. So you can either buy like the figures or just like the stickers or the parts. I find it easier just to buy the stickers. The only one that I did buy like the actual figure, just because I didn't really have the parts and stuff, was Samus. You can see her, sorry, in the stupid camera. But then the ones that I bought the parts for to make myself was Tharja from Fire Emblem Awakening, to be more precise. Also, Captain Falcon. Where are you? Where the hell is Fox? Oh, here you are. And Fox McCloud. Now, a lot of these other ones I kind of just made myself by like throwing parts together and stuff. Like, for example, we have Sarah from Virtua Fighter. And this is supposed to be Cecil from Final Fantasy IV. Whoops. Booger Man. Jesus. Simon Belmont. This was my... Jesus. My take on Brian Fury. And... Frank West from Dead Rising. Well, that's just some examples. Ugh. Now, I've also always been big into anime since like the early 90s. I was one of those people that was like pretty much like made fun of by my classmates for liking it because it was more of an underground thing. Now it's more of like a now it's like huge, like this phenomenon. So it's funny. I look back at those people who made fun of that stuff, and it's like, who's laughing now? Um, but yeah, I have a soft spot in my heart for like the classic '80s stuff. I remember, I think that's kind of how I got into it. I remember Blockbuster. They had like a one bookcase that had like a bunch of the anime movies. You know, there was like Vampire Hunter D, Robot Carnival, Lensman, Akira, Fist of the North Star stuff. My brother and I used to rent these all the time, and then I remember it was like in the early. And I remember I think it was Saturday matinee where we went to a lot where we'd get like other anime movies. Like one my brother bought was Appleseed that we used to watch all the time. I've never seen the new one or the remake or whatever you want to call it. I remember like in the early mid '90s on the Sci-Fi Channel every Saturday morning they would have an anime movie on there that my brother and I used to always watch, and well most of the time, and I also remember just like a lot of other anime series from that time period, like the early '90s stuff, like there was Sailor Moon, Ronin Warriors, and stuff. My brother used to watch those all the time. Though that's kind of like how I got into these. And obviously, like throughout the '90s, I'd watch other ones like Pokemon, of course. Yeah, and then there was things like Cowboy Bebop, and then Inuyasha, Yu-Gi-Oh! As the years went on. I haven't Full Metal Alchemist Cage Closed was always one of my favorites. You know, and then of course like throughout the '90s and stuff, I remember renting like ones from like newer ones that came out, like Ninja Scroll, Princess Mononoke, and what else was there? I remember like newer series that came along as well that I would watch. Like I said, I remember one I used to watch in high school quite a bit from like the mid 2000s was Witch Hunter Robin. You know, like went back when Adult Swim was like, it was like Sunday night was comedy, and then Saturday night was anime, and then Monday through Thursday, because Friday was the only night that wasn't Adult Swim. Monday through Thursday was a combination of the two, like comedy and anime. You know, and then there was the whole Toonami and like weekday afternoon things and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I never really watched a lot of the newer stuff from like the past decade or so. It's stuff that I'm sure there are a lot of shows that I would really enjoy if I took the time to sit down and watch them. I just haven't gotten around to it. I'm always been a big nostalgia nerd. That's another kind of a hobby of mine. Is I love watching like the stuff I grew up with. Like I'll go back and watch it and stuff that's like oh, this is still good, or it still makes me laugh. And then others I'm like, not as good or funny as I remember. And obviously I watch new stuff as well. I'm just like a big person that comes to watching the same thing over and over again. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah. So one more thing that we'll do for the last one, because it kind of comes off as nostalgia, is I love collecting like retro vintage stuff. So here's a couple of examples of stuff that I have. Like I got the classic turtle van or party wagon, whatever you want to call it, which I have kind of like some of the classic. I decided like I have actually the like case thing with like other Ninja Turtle figures in here, but I have like the actual turtles in here. And I decided like, I'll get like one gimmicky one for each of them from like different sets of stuff. So I got this Samurai Leonardo, the Space Raphael, undercover Donatello with a funny mask, and this like sports biker Michelangelo or basketball or something like that. Damn it. I also got Splinter in here too. Which, plain old Splinter. I'd love to get the turtle van, but the blimp, but it's kind of expensive. This one. Ugh. This one is all G.I. Joes, which I got a lot of the classic ones in here from like the late '80s and early '90s. And stuff. Also got some of the ones from like the 2000s in here. It's kind of a pretty big box in here. Ugh. this one is all like fast food toys from like Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, and stuff. Like there's a Bobby O's one. Remember the Kids Club, the Burger King Kids Club? You have the McChangeables, like the dinosaur ones. The robot ones were before my time, but I remember the dinosaur ones. Classic Batman toy. Or the Bobby's World thing. Tiny Toon Adventures. My nephews love this stuff. They're obsessed with it, and I share it with them, as long as they're careful. And this one is all Micro Machines. I have the Super Van City too, the vintage one, not the but yeah, I got a whole box of these in here, and they've actually brought Micro Machines back, and I was a little hesitant about them at first, but then I was like, yeah, you know what, I'll give them a shot. So, and yeah, here's an example of one. They're actually very well done, pretty detailed and stuff. And like I said, they brought back, they have like play sets and stuff, including the Super Fan City. They brought that back. I have the classic one, but it's buried under my bed, so I'm not going to dig it out. And I remember we had a lot of like the classic like Fisher-Price Little People toys when I was a kid. This was one of them, the old Western Town thing. And I remember it was a couple of years ago, I saw this on eBay for $15 with free shipping. And it's in really good shape. It's actually in better shape than the one that we had. So I was like, I have to buy that. Again, my nephews love it. And then another Fisher-Price thing I got, Little People, was something that I remember seeing. I think it was like a friend had it, and I remember seeing it like these, like a daycare or something, but I never actually owned it. Was this thing, like one of those like space things, and I always loved it and wanted it, but never had it, so finally got it. But yeah, that's just some of my other hobbies aside from gaming. So thanks for listening to me nerd out, everybody. I hope you all have a nice day, and see you next time.